All right, now we've got the carb clean. We're going to go ahead and put the reapply new expansion plug. And here I have it. Okay, it comes in the kit, and so I'm just going to place it on top just like this. There's a little lip where it recesses on there. Okay, just like this. All right. But what you have to do to keep it in there is you have to, you can take a wide punch, but a lot of people like to use like maybe a 1/4 inch extension, or maybe even a 3/8 extension. And what you're going to do is you're going to place that in the middle. See if I can find my hammer. And you're going to place that in the middle, okay, just like this. If you can see where I'm putting it in the middle. And I'm going to tap it, okay. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to gently flatten it out so it presses up against the side and forms a seal. Okay, I'm just going to tap it like this. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've just, the little convex portion of it, I've just kind of flattened it out and it's sealed up around there. Now, what a lot of people like to do, because they worry that there may, there may be a little leak, they usually take some type of gasket material. I like to use the 3M Scotch Weld nitride high performance gasket adhesive 847, and it's also really good to use for like sealing your lower unit. And I like to put a little bit of it on top, and I usually put it right up on top so it seals like the top surface. It's a gas and oil proof, and it will seal that little, it'll dry up and seal that little surface and keep it from leaking. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to do it a little bit later. All right, so we've got that on. So we have that replaced. Alrighty, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of the stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Tighten this up so it stays on there. Alrighty. Well, now we have that in place. Let me see, make sure everybody can see everything. Alright, now we have that in place. Back this up a little bit, and there we go. Alright, I have the contents of my carb kit. So to make things easy, I'm going to go ahead, this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up my replace my core plug in. Just do it by hand because I want to gently do it, because I don't want to booger things up in there. Alrighty. Now I don't want to over tighten it, but I just want to put it gently snug. Okay? Okay, just slightly snug is more than sufficient. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my plug back in and screw it in. The little gasket's still good. That's back in there. Alrighty. There you go, snugged up really good. Excellent. Alrighty, now what we're going to do next. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the top part of the carb here, okay? And we want to replace the high-speed nozzle here. Alrighty. I'm going to replace it back in there, just like this. Alrighty. There we go. Snug, but not over tightened. Don't need to manhandle it. And then here is my new high-speed gasket. Okay, you see it's nice and firm. It's soft. So whenever I press these two halves down together, it'll actually form a seal. The top of this on there, it'll actually form a nice good seal. When it's been flattened and it's hard and it's cracked, or you know, it's just it doesn't form a good seal, so you can get some delivery issues that way too. All right, our next thing we're going to be working with is our float needle and seat. Okay. Now remember, we have a little float needle, we have the little pin. All right, a little float needle, the pin, and the seat. And somewhere in here, there is the little seat. Okay, I mean the little gasket, the little plastic gasket, and we're going to place that on there. Okay, just like that. All right. And next thing we're going to do is we need our float, the pin here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this back in here, just like this. Again, when you're working with these, there's no need to manhandle. And all you need to do is gently snug it in. Not too tight. Okay, there we go. And then we want to take the new float needle and the little pin. Sorry, I'm going to get this adjusted here. Okay, you see there's the little hook there. There's the little hook and there's the pin, and we're just going to slide it on the top just like this. If I can get it. Sorry. Okay, can you see that? I'm going to slide it on just like that. There we go. And then you're going to see this portion of the carb. There's that little piece we're hitting. This little tab hangs down. Okay, so we're going to have this. We're going to seat this on there like this. Okay, where it's hanging. And so if you can see, I'm just going to drop it in the carb, just like the little needle. I'm just going to drop it in, and I'm going to seat it down just like this. So it should be able to slip up and down really easy. And then I take my little hinge pin here, and I'm going to slide it down at the bottom. Sliding across, there we go. Alright, so you can see this slides up and down like this. Alright, I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer. As you can see, when it's sitting like this, it's parallel. Okay, that's how it should be. If it isn't parallel like that, okay, because if it hangs up like this, then it doesn't properly you know, seal the little needle down, sit it down. That little tab in the back here can be adjusted to bent to adjust this to go up and down like this. Okay, to go up and down. So there's that little tab in the back, the little metal tab I originally ported out. And so just by looking at eyeballing it, it's parallel. It's good to go. So the float is level. We have our hinge pin in here, and our little float needle slides up and down just like this, really easy. And I mean our little needle. And then the little the little needle and the little pin goes up and down. All right, the little needles, and then seating well. So we're good to go there. So what we need to do now is put on the top portion of the carb.